Is it one of those days where you come out to your car and you push the button to start it, or you turn the key and all you hear is that dreaded click, click? Well, this video, we're going to talk about what you should do next. First thing I would do is check my trunk. And look at jumper cables. Now I'm going to show you how the proper way to hook these up and use it so that you can get your car started. First thing you want to do is pop your hood open under your dash, and then come out here, and then there's a little latch somewhere here that you have to find so that you can open it. And then some of them have cylinders to hold the hood open, some of them have prop rods. This one has a prop rod, and you want to locate your battery, and then you want to be able to locate the jumping car, the car that has a good battery, as close as you can to your battery from where its battery is. Sometimes you don't have the luxury of going nose to nose, or because you're in a parking lot with cars around, so you might have to pull up really close, because usually the battery is on the same side, and so it's going to be a stretch to get over to the other side of the jumping car. So first thing is that when you get under the hood, usually the red positive cable is got a cover on it, so you want to take and put that off, and then the negative black cable is usually black color. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that the battery doesn't have a lot of acid buildup and stuff that can actually cause a fire under the hood when you go to jump start it. So there's a couple of precautions we can take in case that's the case. So yeah, that's that one, and we're gonna now pull up the car that's gonna jump the dead battery. So again, the first thing you're gonna want to do is get your jumper cables, get up under the hood, locate the positive terminal, and it's usually covered with a red. Unclick that and put it off to the side. And now with the jumper cables, you want to make sure that they're not touching each other. And the first thing you're going to do is on the dead battery, take and hook up your positive, your red cable, to your red cable on the dead battery. And then we're going to move over to the good battery on the jumping car and hook up its red terminal. So before you head over to your jumping car, take the negative that you don't hook up yet. You want to keep that away from any metal. Put it, near the plastic bumper, something that's not conductive. And then you're going to go over to the jumping car. So now we're going to come over here to the good battery. Now make sure that the jumping car is not running. The car is off at this point. And now you're going to hook your jumping cable positive to positive again, the red to the red. And now you're going to hook the negative cable, the black to the black. And you want to get as good a bite as you can, because the better the connection, the better chance you are going to have at starting your dead battery. So we go back over now to the dead battery, and we're going to hook up the negative cable. And it's important that you do it in this order. Two schools of thought here. You can hook up to a good ground, which is preferred because you won't get a spark. In a spark, there's an outside chance that you could start a fire. I wouldn't worry too much about it, but if I had my preferences and I had a good ground connection, I would go there versus going to the negative of the battery. So this is painted, so it's probably not a good surface. It's not a good ground. There isn't really a good ground that I can see here without getting dirty, and I don't want to do that. So what you're going to do is take the negative and have a nice clamp, nice bite onto the negative. And now the next thing we're going to do is start the good battery's vehicle. So now the next thing is we're going to go and take the good battery and start that vehicle. Ideally, you would go in and make sure that all of as many loads as you can have are off. Turn off your AC, turn off your heat, any lights, radios, all of that stuff. Again, depending on how dead the battery is, the more power we can give the car, the better it's going to have an opportunity to start. So ideally, start this thing, turn off all the loads before you go to try to start this one. Okay, so now we've got the good battery running, the car's running. We've double checked our connections out under the hoods, and now we come in here to start try to start the dead battery car. And nothing special here, just start it the way you normally would. And then it started up, so we have success. In the event that it still drags or clicks, it's possible that you don't have a really solid connection out under the hood, so you may want to have a friend or somebody who owns that other vehicle to go out and maybe put a little bit more tightness on the clamps, depending on how the cables might be worn. So oftentimes when it doesn't start, that's the case, is it's a really bad connection under the hood. So but in this case it started, so we're all good to go. All right, so we've got both cars running now, so the process of disconnecting the battery cables is exactly the opposite of how you connected them, in that order. It's very important that you start with the negative cable of the dead battery and you disconnect that one first. And now you got to keep it away from any kind of metal or any kind of touching the other battery cable. So then the next thing is you're going to take the cable off of the dead battery, and then you're going to keep the cable separated so that they don't touch and short out the good battery. And so then we're going to take the negative off of here. Again, don't touch anything. And then take the positive off of here. And now you're fully disconnected. And now you've got a running car. But don't shut it off, because you'll have to do this over again. So what's the next step? The next step is going to get that battery serviced. Most likely I would have it tested and see if it's any good. May just need to be charged back up, but in the event that it died, because you left something on, that could be the case. But in the event that it's just worn out and end of life, it's good to have it tested and then replaced if necessary. Go to one of your trusted mechanics like us here at Auto Care Plus, and we can take care of that in pretty short order. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more tips and tricks just like this.